So, a new arrival, Summer Festival. A new function, a limited time function called the Candy Cramomatic. Dishes will be set to stews and curries, and you may meet certain shiny Pokemon. So that did so well to remove just like the Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, happy Thursday, and we are at this screen right now. So my friendship increased with the little Pikachu inside the Pokemon Go++. So that is pretty exciting, and it seems like it's tracking sleep properly, unlike the other time when we had a little bit of an issue with that. But how cute. So this is what it looks like. And do these slots fill up as you level it up? That's what I'm assuming, but wow, there is a lot. So there's that. And now let's check out what sort of Pokemon showed up. Oh, my Gengar leveled up. Actually, let me gather all of this first. Oh my gosh, my Victory Bell gave me no tomatoes. I'm still in the process of getting it to level 30 so that I get double tomatoes. Larry is really giving me a lot of ginger though. Alright, so let's review and then let's get straight to it. So I'm hoping for a good Stuffle or a good Ralts. It is very humid and hot today where I live. There is a severe thunderstorm warning, so kind of not a good situation. I have a date later tonight with my boyfriend, so hopefully it doesn't rain until then. Ooh, I have not seen a Ditto in so long. Got a Detonate, an Eevee, 2 Meowths, and a Wobbuffet. So who shall my cookie go to? I have a pretty decent Detonate, so I don't feel the need to catch another one. So probably the Eevee will get the candy. Or the Ditto. The Ditto looks pretty tempting too. But I'll go for the Eevee. And I think for the time being, I'm just going to use my bonus biscuit and I'm gonna save my cookies because there's an event coming up which is pretty exciting. So we'll go through the news of that later, and I'll keep the portrait here so that all my friends get some Eevee candy. And I'm hoping by today I have enough candy to evolve my Riolu into a Lucario. I actually have 2 shiny Riolus. One is better than the other though. Alright, let's see what's in store for us today. You know, last month I forgot to redeem the Master Biscuit, so it's kind of a bummer, but Master Biscuits will come and go. I always buy out all the cookies though. Alright, so we'll look at that later. Very exciting stuff. And now let's look at it. So, a new arrival, Cramorant, is coming. So this is such a cool Pokemon to add, I feel. And whenever I look at this, I'm reminded of this card that my boyfriend got, but it wasn't a Pokemon card. It's one of those traditional card games that people play in Japan on the floor. Forgot what it's called. Like, I'm not even gonna attempt it actually, but yeah, that's what it reminds me of every time I look at this. And you know what? It would be such a great opportunity for Pokemon to add a new ingredient like fish, because if I'm not mistaken, one of the skills of this Pokemon would be that it like consumes a fish or something like that, if memory serves me right. But it will be arriving on June 17th, a couple weeks from now, and you'll be able to find it in Greengrass, Cyan, and Snowdrop. So depending on what other Pokemon show up for the other event, which we'll go through later, we will see which of the three would be the best to go to. And it's a slumbering type for sleep. So the event coming up is the Summer Festival. How fun is that? You got the Totodile, the Cramorant, the Swablu, and some of you guys have recently encountered shiny Totodile, which is pretty cool. So this summery week-long event will feature greater appearance rates for water flying and bug type Pokemon. So bug type Pokemon are getting some love. I know a few of you in the Discord are fans of bug type Pokemon, so this must be so exciting for you. And there's also a new function, a limited time function called the Candy Cramomatic. So this function allows you to get M-size candies of various types by feeding Dream Shards and Pokemon candies to the Candy Cramomatic. Now this is a little bit of an issue for me because, as you guys know, I have been I have been hoarding my Dream Shards up until the point where I reach max rank of 55. And once I hit 55, I redeemed all my Dream Shards. So this would have been such a perfect event for me to hold on to them. And probably another lesson to teach me that I should definitely hoard it. Usually you don't want to hoard things, but in games, I feel is the best time to hoard everything. There's a use for everything, literally. So you can also complete limited time event missions to get greater rewards, such as the Cramorant incense, and there will also be other various bonuses. So let's see what those various bonuses are. So firstly, the event is going to happen on June 17 until June 24. And according to, whoa, there were 2 birds that flew very close to the window. All right, so that's a little under 2 weeks from now, and the event will last a week. And oh, so the summer event is going to be in all areas, which is nice. So maybe I'll go to Greengrass, I don't know. But then I'm competing with so many other Pokemon in the pool at Greengrass. We'll see. We'll see until that one YouTuber that we all watch for this information, Bro Vinny, comes out with a video, and then we'll decide. So limited time function, the Candy Cramomatic. Did I say Cramometer before? I don't remember now. So it's the Candy Cramomatic. So only during the event you can use the Candy Cramomatic from the home screen. If you spend Dream Shards and feed 40 of your Pokemon candies to the Candy Cramomatic, you'll get 1 M-sized candy of a random type. It's quite the gamble. Oh. There's been fire trucks and police going off all morning. Alright, so also the type of candy you receive depends on partially the type of Pokemon candies you feed into the Candy Cramomatic. This does not guarantee that you'll receive the same type of candy you fed the machine. That is quite risky. So here are some use examples. So if you feed it 40 Bulbasaur candies, which is grass type, the candy that comes out is slightly more likely to be grass type Candy M. Slightly more likely, but not guaranteed. So it could be water, it could be fire, it could be... yeah. Alright, so we see here, feed it 30 Bulbasaur candies, which is grass, and 10 Pikachu candies, electric. The candy that comes out is slightly more likely to be grass type, and very slightly more likely to be an electric type. Now, when I'm reading this, I'm thinking very slightly more likely is higher than slightly more likely. But how could that be if you're only putting 10 electric type candy? Like, am I missing something here? Or is there like some hidden scale of what candy is stronger, you know? I'm a little confused, so if anyone has more insight on that. I haven't watched any videos about this event, by the way, so I'm like going in on this news with fresh eyes. So note this function can be used up to 4 times per day, and each time this function is used, it will consume more dream shards than the previous time. Wow. The number of times you use a candy Cramomatic and the number of dream shards it consumes will reset each day. A function that allows you to see the number of Pokemon candies you have in your bag is included in the version 1.7.2 update, and you can use this function by la 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 la. That was the hidden update that we didn't see in any of the notes, but it just showed up in our UI. So these are the bonuses the following effects will trigger in the applicable areas during the event. So all day dishes will be set to stews and curries, which is great. Stews and desserts are my best. Salads, not the best. So the final strength gains from dishes will be multiplied by 1.5, or 3 times for an extra tasty dish, or 4.5 for extra tasty dishes on Sunday only. A few of Pokemon of different sleep types will appear during sleep research, regardless of your sleep type for that day, which is nice because we don't have to manually manipulate all of that. And then certain Pokemon will be more likely to appear during your sleep research. And you may meet certain shiny Pokemon. So that is always very fun to read when we're looking through these bonuses. So good luck to all of you guys in advance for whatever shiny you want. I would love a shiny Swablu and a shiny Totodile. So these are the Pokemon that are going to be easier to encounter during the event. So in terms of water type, you're going to be seeing Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Psyduck, Golduck, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Vaporeon, Totodile, Crocodile, Feraligatr, and Slowking. Now for the flying type, there's the Duo, Dodrio, Delibird, Swablu, and Cramorant. So MP, if you don't find your Delibird this week, you're going to have some luck in the following week. And there's shiny boosted odds, which is nice. And then for bug types, you got your Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Pinsir, and Heracross. So these Pokemon's greater appearance rate applies only to separate areas where each Pokemon appears. So I'll let you guys read this at your own time, but I'm gonna need a infographic like with images so I could see this. You know, having it on text, it just doesn't do it for me. I need to see pictures. I need to visualize it. And some additional notes. So there are additional notes, but I won't go into the nitty-gritty of that. All of that to say, we are so excited, aren't we? Are we not excited for the summer event? It's gonna be 1 week, so it's not too long. We got several, well, like almost 2-3 weeks. Oh, Choco, congrats on your shiny Riolu. That means I get some Riolu candy, which means I can finally evolve it soon. Actually, before I do this, I should probably feed my Snorlax breakfast. So, give me 1 second. We'll feed it the overheat ginger salad. We got a lot of gingers, so we'll dump that in. And some milk. We'll dump some milk in as well. So what are your predictions for Cramorant? I don't really have an opinion, but I'm just saying it is a great opportunity for them to introduce like a fish type ingredient. It would be such a missed opportunity. And I also wonder if it's going to be like the Flower Fairy Festival, where they didn't really deck out the campsites and make it look pretty. So we will see. But it is truly nice to see Summer showing up in this game, because Summer, as quick as it will come, it will quickly go, and then it will be fall again. But let's enjoy the summer while it's here. So, I did have something I wanted to talk about, but I kind of forgot now, which is bad. Oh, wow. The way the ring is right around there, it's looks like it's hula hooping. It's so cute. So, as I mentioned before, I do have a date with my boyfriend later today. It is going to be a dinner date, and hopefully we don't get rained on. Luckily the place is like very close by, but still sucks if we get rained on, especially if it's like severe thunderstorms. I also like the pimple I had here. Well, not had, it's still there. You don't see it while on camera, but there is like the biggest white head on it, and it is so ready to be popped. I had to be careful when cleansing my face and putting my skincare not to like aggravate it too much to get the pus everywhere. But this is like the perfect time to slap on a pimple patch and have it just get sucked out. But the thing is, I ran out of pimple patches, and I'm afraid to head outside because what if I get caught in the rain? So I'm gonna have to wait it out, and we'll see whether or not I get a chance to pop out and pick that up. So kind of bummed about that, but you know what, I don't want to like cover it up or anything because that usually tends to make it worse. So just gotta let it breathe and do its thing. You know, back in the day when I had really bad acne though, I used to work at a sushi kiosk. And I was so self-conscious because I kept thinking to myself, like, I look hideous, I look gross, like, no one's gonna want me to make their sushi when I have all this acne on my face. And I wish I could just go back to that younger girl and be like, girl, it's okay. Ooh, Cypher found a shiny Vaporeon. And his portrait is a shiny Espeon. That is so cool. Another thing skincare related. Do you guys remember, well, if you're millennials like myself, back then, like the height of Miley Cyrus and everything, there was this mud mask that went so viral, especially in like Hollywood. And they were really marketing it as the mask that celebrities use before their like important event. It was called the Glam Glow mask. How many of you guys remember this? But that was like the go-to clay mask that I've used back in the day. And to be honest, back then skincare was so different from how it was now, where we really assaulted our skin with very harsh things. So on top of the clay mask, I would slap like salicylic acid. The toner in North America is very different from toner in Asia, where North American toners really like strip the skin, and Asian toners really hydrate, although trends are changing, so you're seeing more hydrating. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. My boyfriend found a shiny Ghastly, and that's like one of the shinies I really want. He's been looking for a mushroom finder, so I'm hoping that this one will give him his mushrooms, but I gotta congratulate him later. But yeah, skincare back then, I just remember all this stuff I did to my skin, and I'm like, damn, that must have been so irritating, so drying. And when you have oily skin, you don't you fail to understand that your skin can get dehydrated too. And yeah, I just wrecked my skin barrier. But because of that, I kind of shied away from clay masks for a very long time, until recently. Now that summer's back and I haven't really used one, I'm like, you know what? It would be such a good opportunity to detox the pores and get all the gunk out. I don't like to use the nose strips because I feel it's a little too abrasive, like you're ripping a thing off your nose. So I don't use that. But the clay mask I have been using, I used this twice now. We got this 2 weeks ago. This is the Innisfree Super Volcanic Pore Clay Mask. And I've used it twice. I really enjoy it. So I put it on my T-zone, a thin layer, leave it on for 10 minutes. I noticed like if you leave it on for any longer, it gets pretty difficult to wash off. Not just that one, just like clay masks in general. But oh my gosh, it has done wonders for the sebaceous filaments on my nose. And there's a difference between blackheads and your clogged pores on your nose, so definitely look that up. I didn't have blackheads, so I couldn't squeeze them out, you know what I mean? So that did so well to remove just like the trapped gunk that was in my nose that weren't blackheads. And at first I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just giving it a halo effect because, you know, you tend to do that with Korean skincare products. But my boyfriend did it yesterday night. It was his second time using it. And he was like, oh my god, do you notice a difference in my nose? I looked at his nose and I was like, holy shit. Yes, like the biggest difference ever. That's probably the cleanest I've ever seen his nose or my nose. So clay mask, really great on the nose. Once a week is fine. Well, everyone's different, you know, but we do it once a week. And yeah, I'm like rediscovering the beauty of clay masks. And really, depending on your skin type, you don't need to put this all over. So really just chin, nose, T-zone for me, and I'm good. So thought I would share that now that the warmer weather is upon us, which means more opportunities for our face to get filled with things. Because look, you're sweating, you got sunscreen on. If you're wearing makeup, that's like an added layer of stuff that can get clogged. And then you're walking outside, you're like, your face is all sticky from the sweat, and then like debris is sticking onto your face, and it's just so bad, which is why it's so important. If you're wearing sunscreen, please properly remove it. Yeah, properly remove it. I double cleanse, so I go in with an oil cleanser. It gets off the first layer of gunk, and then I go in with my normal, regular, schmegular cleanser. And think of it like washing an oily plate. If you've ever washed a really, really oily plate, you'll know that the first time you're scrubbing it with soap, there's still a little bit of a slip because you didn't get it all out. You got like the majority of the oil off, but then you gotta get in a second time with the soap and scrub it, and then you'll get that squeaky clean to the plate. Now, squeaky clean on the skin doesn't always indicate a clean skin. I know some people use that as an indicator of your skin being very clean, but sometimes that means that it is completely stripped. So don't go for that squeaky clean feel when you're cleansing your face, but on a plate, you know what I mean, when you're washing your plates and like you get that squeaky clean. Yeah. So it's important to double cleanse, especially sunscreen users, because I feel like most people forget you need to remove your sunscreen properly the same way that we remove our makeup. And now in the mornings, I just cleanse with water. Before I used to use a salicylic face wash. And do you guys remember like the St. Ives apricot scrub? Like the girlies from my generation, we use that religiously, and that is not good for your skin. Like, it's very abrasive, it's causing micro tears. You probably don't want to use that if you're acne prone and you have like active cystic acne as well. And those cleansers with beads, especially the Neutrogena one, like the morning burst one, have any of you guys used that when you were younger? So there were these beads, and they would activate once you're cleansing your face, and the beads burst and they wake you up because it gives like this minty fresh feeling. Yeah, that was a time. But then people started canceling that because of the microplastic use that would come about when using those cleansers. Anyways, all that to say, skincare back in the early 2010s was wild. Like, we've truly gone a long way, especially with the introduction of Asian skincare to the North American market, which has really shifted what people are looking for when it comes to skincare, which is great. But at the same time, don't fall too much into like marketing and everything. But at the end of the day, it's what makes your heart happy. Like the cute packaging and stuff, like I totally get it. But be careful on the sort of claims that certain companies make, because sometimes they can really embellish the type of stuff they put on there. For example, it's not makeup related, but this is an example of marketing. If you are looking for eggs that are free range, sometimes you'll see on the box it says free range chickens, but then in the fine print you'll see, and most people don't read that, they just want to see free range and they'll pick it up. But then if you look with a magnifying glass, I'm exaggerating there, but if you look closely in the fine print, so a lot of the times what they mean by free range is that near the end of the chicken lifespan, they will let the chickens roam outside a bit. So you don't know if they're getting the total roam throughout their entire life, which definitely makes a difference. Another one is they have these open air concepts and they can label it as free range. It's not free range. It's just as horrible. That was my chair, not my toot. But horrible living conditions still. It's like open air, so they can go off by saying free range, but it's truly not free range. And skincare companies do the same when they do like based on a study, and then you look into the study and it was like a 30-day study with like 9 people, and when you look at it deeper, it's like people of the same skin type, so you don't even see like the full range of what other skin types would react to it and all that. So yeah, always do triple, quadruple check your research before purchasing something. And that is what I practice to do now. I know when I was younger, the moment I saw something that promised something, I would be like, I gotta buy that. Proceed to checkout, you know? So I'm much more mindful when it comes to like the purchases I make for what I eat and what I put on my skin, because beauty is not only on the surface, but it's inside, and it's also here in the mind. And how you treat people and how you look at life. There's a lot of things that indicate beauty, but yeah, that is my little ramble for today. I'm seeing my best friend tomorrow. Sorry, that was like random train of thought, but I thought I would mention I'm seeing my best friend tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. I hope the weather is good so we can really take advantage of our beautiful city. We had 2 other friends that were supposed to come, but they weren't able to make it on Friday. So kind of a bummer that the 4 of us can't hang out, but I'm still gonna have so much fun with my best friend, and I'm so excited to see her tomorrow and catch up and eat yummy foods, although we're still deciding what we want to eat. So yeah, 2 hungry girls deciding what they want to eat. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me in yet another video. Don't forget to join us in the Discord, and have a beautiful day. I hope it is far more beautiful where you are than where I am. I hate thunderstorms, I hate the humidity, and I'm afraid I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with another pimple, but we will see. So until next time, my friends, take care, good luck, and have fun. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.